Want to make a cute swag for your TN? Then stay tuned. I take you step by step on how to make one for yourself. Most times when you see swag on a TN, it's usually a flower. But since we still have a month left of winter, I'm going to do sort of a wintry one because I really do like winter and I don't want to wish it away. I'm Canadian, I'm used to the cold. Okay, so what I've brought out is some woolly yarn. I have a ribbon and I've actually already sort of hot glued it into a bow because I didn't have enough to tie it into a bow. I've got some Velcro. And I took some chipboard. These are from Simple Stories, the freezing season. I have some little wool balls, maybe for snowballs, some pom-pom trim, some teal ribbon. I took this die cut from the freezing season collection as well, just to sort of have a base to put everything on. And I also have a bit of felt, and you'll see what that's for in a minute. The thing to remember when you're making swag is that you're going to be pulling it off and on your traveler's notebook a lot, so it has to hold up to the wear and tear, and you don't want anything that's going to stick out and poke at you or whatever. So we've got soft things. I was thinking of, the reason I said that is because I was thinking of putting like a little sparkly stick in there as well, but I don't think that'll work. So we're sticking with the soft wool and felt. Okay, so this is going to be the base, but we're going to do that in a minute. I've also already pre-cut a piece of Velcro that we're going to put aside just for the moment. We're going to start with, we'll start with this because this is just sort of a base. Sometimes you can see it, sometimes you won't. I wanted this to match just in case you can see it, but most times your base is going to be hidden. So for example, if the only color felt you have is bright orange, then go for it because you won't see it. Let me show you on another one. So when I made this one, I actually couldn't find my white felt, and so I only had brown on hand, so I used brown, and you can see that you don't see it at all. Alright, so we're going to leave that aside for now and work on this for base, and then we're going to add it to the felt in a minute. What I like to do is to sort of come up with the design ahead of time so I know what I'm doing, and then I will go back in and glue it all in. That way I'm not gluing stuff that then I regret. We're going to be using hot glue, and hot glue is pretty much permanent and not very forgiving if you make a mistake. So let's have the design first and then you can hot glue. If you're only using a flower, you can just glue your flower to this and move on to the next step. I like to layer things up. I like to put clusters of things, so I'm going to put a few extra bits on to make it more fun. So I'm going to start with my bow, and then I made this little bow with the wool. So I'm going to put that, I'm going to spread it out a little bit. It doesn't like to stay spread, but we're going to try. And then I cut a piece of that soft aqua ribbon. And then I can either go with the snowman, which I think is super cute, or this penguin. That might be a bit too much pink, but I really like him. I think he's really cute. I think I'm going to go with the penguin. There is the snowflake as well, but I don't know. I think I'm just going to go with the snowballs. Like that. And I think we're good. So we're going to start from the bottom and work our way up. I'll just move that aside and take my ribbon out. So just my handy dandy glue gun. I'm going to put more glue than I would if I was just making maybe a clip, or actually I like to put lots of glue on clips because they take a lot of wear and tear. I'm putting a bit more glue than I would if I was just making a simple design, but this is going to take a lot of wear and tear. We're going to be moving it off and on our TNs quite often, so it needs to be stuck on. And another tip for hot glue, when you have something like, for example, this one, the back of it is really smooth and slick, and the glue sometimes will peel off of that if it's too slick. So it's good to have a bunch of different mixes of textures that will actually stick to each other with the hot glue. So next we're going to put this down. Just the center. I may put a couple little points off of the side just so that this stays put and doesn't fly up and turn into like this felted weird ball. Just so that it keeps its shape. Glue. Alright. There. Okay. Next up, we're going to use this ribbon, and I'm going to put glue on the whole length of it, I think. And then penguin. Now he kind of goes off the top and bottom, so I'm not going to put glue all the way down the length of him. I'm just going to put it in the middle where he sticks to the ribbon and the felt. And I did have this trim, but I think that's too much pink, so maybe I'll make another one with the snowman. But I think we'll just stick with this for now, and I'm going to put these snowballs on. And a good thing to do if you've got something like this, like an accent, to do it in threes and to make a triangle and not make them symmetric. The rest of it, until I put these snowballs on, was symmetric, which is a really good way to make sure that things design-wise they look good. But when you're adding little things like this, it's a nice trick to put them in 3s or 5s, an odd number, and then don't make them symmetrical so you have a little triangle. I know that there's a little string of glue, but I'm going to wait till that's completely dried, cold, whatever, and then I'm going to pull it off. Alright, so there's our design. That's what it's going to look like. And now we have to get it so that it's going to fit on our TN. So this is where the felt comes in. So this piece of felt is going to be folded, and it's going to have the Velcro pieces, which I've already cut, and they're going to be inside so that it can close down and stick. So let's put those on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them back together, and I'm going to glue one side to the top, again with quite a bit of glue. And then I'm going to put the glue on the other side, and I'm going to close it onto it so that I know that they're in the right position. There's no question about that. Now while that's drying, solidifying, getting cold, whatever you want to call it, we're going to put this onto the back of this. So again, lots of hot glue. I don't want to burn myself. Done that enough times to know how to avoid doing it again. There. And basically that's all there is to it. You make your design and you put the Velcro onto the felt, and then you put the felt on the back of the design. And then you open it up, and then you take your TN, and it's super simple. You take it and you just slip it down and close the Velcro. And you have a cute little swag for your TN. So if you like this video, I'm going to send you to yesterday's video where I did a different swag for my other TN, which is this one here. So you can go see, I used the same ribbon. Can you tell I like this ribbon? So you can go see how I made that and how I did all the insides as well. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you like planning in a pretty planner that makes you smile. And have a fantastic day and happy planning.